Imagine you're a painter. You've got, like, your palette, the perfect lighting, but your canvas is permanently bolted to a brick wall.
Oh, man, you'd be contorting your whole body, straining your neck, just trying to reach the corners. I mean, it's completely counterintuitive.
Right, because we expect the canvas to yield to the artist.
Exactly, not the other way around.
But for a long time, that bolted canvas really was the reality for digital artists staring at a fixed monitor. Today, we're doing a deep dive into some specs from HDTV Supply for the Xencelabs XEMAS Multi-Axis Stand.
Yeah, that's the one designed for the Pen Display 24.
Right, and it really forces us to ask, why is a $299.99 piece of heavy metal actually a critical tool for a digital creative? Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, before looking at how the stand moves around a room, we have to look at why physical movement is so essential right under the artist's hand.
Because it's supporting a heavy 24-inch digital canvas.
Yeah, exactly. It features a full 90-degree rotation so you can shift smoothly from landscape to portrait mode. Plus, it has a really specific one-hand adjustable tilt.
Wait, just one hand?
Yeah, one hand ranging from 10 to 70 degrees. And what's fascinating here is how deliberate this geometry is,
How so?
Well, by raising the display and controlling that tilt, the design purposefully accommodates a central keyboard placement right underneath the screen.
Oh, I see. So it merges drawing and typing into one fluid workspace.
Exactly. You don't have to reach awkwardly around your screen just to hit a shortcut key.
It's kind of like calibrating the driver's seat in a race car.
Oh, that's a good analogy.
Yeah, like those 10 to 70 degree micro adjustments aren't just for comfort. They are about finding the exact necessary posture for high performance output, without causing long-term physical strain.
Right, you need the pedals, or in this case, the keyboard and the screen exactly where your hands naturally rest.
Right, so it masters the on-desk ergonomics. But here's where it gets really interesting.
The off-the-desk mode.
Yes, because artists don't always want to be tethered to a traditional desk setup all day.
Right, so the stand weighs 4.4 pounds, and it utilizes a desk tether clamp that weighs another 1.43 pounds.
Wait, so almost 6 pounds total?
Yeah, it's substantial, and
Yeah.
that clamp is there to keep the rig secure when you pull it past the edge of the desk to actually draw in your lap.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of weight in your lap.
It is. It also features standard VS 100 by 100 millimeter support, so you aren't locked into their proprietary gear. You can attach it to standard third-party monitor arms.
And I saw there's a pass-through for a Kensington lock, too.
Yeah, which lets you physically cable lock this expensive hardware to a desk if you are, say, in a shared studio.
Okay, but let me push back on this a little bit. The specs highlight a built-in carrying handle for easy transport.
Right.
I mean, we are talking about 4.4 pounds of stand, plus the tether, plus a massive 24-inch display. That is a heavy, bulky rig. Is a digital artist really supposed to grab this by the handle and commute to a local coffee shop?
Yeah, calling it portable is a bit of a stretch. The reality of that handle is much more grounded.
So what is it actually for?
It's robust studio equipment, not a laptop accessory. You wouldn't lug this onto a subway. The handle and the off-the-desk features are about safely repositioning the display within a professional environment.
Like moving around the office.
Exactly. You might move it from an animation desk to a client presentation table, or just slide it into your lap for a few hours.
Okay, that makes sense. That heavy, robust build is exactly what makes it so sturdy while you're leaning into a drawing.
True, but that same physical heft creates a massive challenge when an artist needs to actually buy it online.
Definitely.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, buying specialized, heavy equipment sight unseen is a massive gamble. Looking at the retail terms from HDTV Supply, they offer a 30-day return policy for U.S. buyers.
And I think it's a 14-day window for European customers, right?
Right. But the strict caveat here highlights that gamble. If the stand arrives defective, the retailer pays the return shipping.
But if you simply decide the ergonomics don't work for you within that window...
Then you are footing the bill to ship a heavy metal box back across the country.
Ouch. Yeah, at nearly 6 pounds combined with the tether, that return shipping won't be cheap at all.
Not at all. You're basically on a 30-day clock to figure out if this specific setup actually cures your back pain.
There are some reassurances for the buyer, though. I mean, you get free USA shipping on the initial purchase, and it's backed by a 2-year Xencelabs warranty. So what does this all mean?
Well, it means you are investing in a highly specialized ergonomic foundation for your digital art. But you really need to do your research up front to ensure this heavy rig is exactly what your workflow demands.
It's a commitment to ensuring your tools work for you, rather than you working around your tools.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. Our digital drawing tools and software are becoming infinitely more advanced.
Oh, absolutely. Limitless layers, AI generation, infinite undo buttons.
Right. But as the digital world becomes utterly limitless, will the heavy physical hardware that physically supports those screens, our stands, our desks, the bolts on the canvas, ultimately become the final bottleneck for an artist's creativity? Something to think about next time you adjust your